Hey guys, I'm Sartorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a collection video today, and it's on my Louis Vuitton small leather goods, but these specifically are wallets because I do have other small leather goods besides wallets, and I have placed them in the trunk. This is the Courier Mile 110, which I have a detailed video of. If you're interested in that, I'll unbox it. I'm still not quite sure what I'm putting in here. However, I thought this would make a good container for my small leather goods for this video. You can see I put the older boxes on the left and the newer packaging on the right. This is more or less all the small leather goods that I still have. And I'm going to start with the older ones and then I will get to the newer ones. And just quickly before I get to these, this is one that I'm using right now. This is actually one of my first pieces. It's the card holder in damier graphite. And I think they redesigned this once or twice since I got it. This is about 7 years old and it's still in pretty decent condition. This is one I use almost every day. There was maybe 1 year that I swapped it out, but for the most part, this is my everyday wallet. So this is kind of just a special mention since it's not in that box because I am actively using this right now. So this is the first box. I don't remember exactly what are in all of these. So this is a pocket organizer. This was a seasonal design. This is the damier ebene canvas, but what's special about it is that it's also in a navy blue leather. It's in the, I don't think it's actually Taiga leather, but it's that pattern which Louis Vuitton uses in most of their interior leather lining. And there's actually a small piece you can see that juts out from the canvas. This may have been from a pre-fall or pre-spring collection. This is, I think, when Kim Jones first did his neon collection, where he had the neon yellow and neon orange bags and leather goods. This was part of that. I just really like the way the navy contrasts with the brown. They had a Brazza wallet version, and thinking back on that, I should have gotten the damier or the Brazza version because I still haven't used this. And this one doesn't have a stamp of like its runway or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is at least 4 years old. And I still have not used it, so it's still brand new. This is the next piece. It comes in a longer box, so I think you have an idea of what kind of item it is. This is the long wallet. This is in the navy blue color. I think it's in the Taiga line. I forget if it's called Boreal is the exact color. So this is the long wallet, which means it doesn't have a zipper compartment inside. It's all flat card slots. It's made in France, and I forgot to mention for the pocket organizer was also made in France. This one also has not been used. You can see none of the card slots have been stretched out. And this one was also pretty old. I think this one was before that pocket organizer, but this one is not a limited edition. I think Louis Vuitton still sells this exact model. Here is another smaller box. This is also one of my first wallets. It is, and this has been used because you can see how the stamping of the Louis Vuitton is not as prominent anymore. This is the Taiga Glacier color, which is like a gray color. I forget if this is the multiple wallet because there's no flap, so I forget exactly what the name of this one is, but this is a billfold. And this was the one I used before the current card holder that I'm using, but I realized this was just too bulky and I didn't need to carry that much stuff. But I do really like Taiga leather. It still remains one of my favorite lines from Louis Vuitton because it's also exclusive to the men's. The patterning is pretty much the same as the lining that they use for their canvas pieces. However, Taiga leather good, it's a lot softer. So this is the Glacier billfold in Taiga leather. This is another billfold, but this one has not been used. You can see the stamping is a bit more prominent here. I think maybe this one's the multiple wall. So this one's a little different than the one I just showed you because it has this crisscross here. And it still has two bill slots. This is in their black color. I forget if there was a specific name for it because it's it's like a very dark gray. It's almost black, but it's not like jet black. This is also Taiga leather. And this one was purchased at the same time as that other billfold. And this is an epi leather piece. This is just a card holder. This was also never used. You can tell it hasn't been stretched by any credit cards. And you can see the LV stamped on there. So this is their standard card holder. It has two side slots and then a middle compartment. So this is something I would use to put in my bag or maybe to put in one of the larger wallets, just to organize some of my cards, but it's not really enough for me to use on its own. So this is the last of the older leather good items. And actually this one is the most different. And I didn't plan for it, but this is actually an item from the women's line. So this is from Marc Jacobs. So I'm just going to decrease the lighting so you can actually see it. It's a pastel yellow color, but with the lighting it almost comes off as neon, but it's not really fluorescent. It's kind of similar to the pistache. This is the same format as the card holder I just showed you, as two slide slots and a middle compartment, but this has the smaller damier print or the stamping. And this one was the Marc Jacobs last spring summer collection. So I saw it available. There was like one at my local store back then, and I just wanted to collect something because this wasn't that expensive, and I just wanted to collect something. Originally I was gonna have it as a gift, but I just ended up keeping it. As you can see, I think you can tell I've never used this either. And it does actually in the inside say spring summer 2013. So you can see that collection made in Spain. And now I'm going to move on to the newer small leather goods. So this is a seasonal item, I think spring summer 2018, when Kim Jones did the split monogram and the outdoor monogram. So this is supposed to be the reflective, but it's not actually reflective material, but it is kind of metallic. And then this is pretty much monogram eclipse, which is actually the same as the trunk, but it's actually two separate pieces that they sewn together. So this piece is made in France, and the design has been updated a bit from the older pocket organizer that I showed you there. And then the back has this piece cut out of the reflective, and this piece is in the eclipse, monogram eclipse. This one I was intending on using, but I still haven't used it, but I thought it would go great with my titanium clutch box because it has the metallic silver tones, and it's a monotone like grayscale. This is a re-release pocket organizer. This one actually got in Vietnam. So this is the Utah leather. It's my only Utah leather piece. I believe it was only for the men's, and they discontinued it a few years ago, but I think in the last 2 years they brought it back. It's still not really as popular today because it has a more older vibe or more classic vibe to it. So it has this stitching detail that is present in the Utah collection. The leather, it's kind of like Torion, but it's thinner, but it has a soft, semi-matte to it. And the layout of this is different than all of the other pocket organizers. It's a little bit more simple. It's the exact same on both sides. There's a slot under here as well. But this is in all leather, and there's no back compartment. So it does mean this is a slimmer silhouette, but it can't hold as much. But it's definitely not as bulky in your pocket. So it might be a good alternative to the pocket organizer if you don't want one that has too many slots that you might not use. So it has 3 on each side and then 2 slots here. There's no middle compartment. So this piece is a card holder. You can see it's the same design, but this one was actually a client gift from the New York trip I did last year when I was looking at the trunks that they had, and I eventually purchased the trunk that you see here containing all of this. So it has a New York City skyline there. So this is the second to last item. It's one of the more recent purchases. This one I got from Japan. So this is the Brazza wallet in the monogram Galaxy. This was a pre-fall, I think it was pre-fall 2018, right before Kim Jones's last collection for Louis Vuitton men's. This one I've actually used, and I've said in the review video of these Brazza wallets, I actually use these more than the smaller ones because this one I can use as like an accessory. I don't put much in it, but it's like I can carry this to accent my outfit as an accessory. It looks weird if you're carrying like a pocket organizer or billfold because those are meant for your pocket, but this one you can't really fit in your pocket, and even if you try, it'll stick out. So I usually just carry it like this or like this on the side. So I thought it was a really cool print, and it was something to collect from the Galaxy collection. So this is the final piece. This is my most recent acquisition, and I have used this as well. So this is another Brazza wallet, but it's quite different than the monogram Galaxy. This is the hinge one, and I think they still call this the monogram Solar because it has the orange pieces. So it has the orange pieces on both the top and bottom, and it has like the flower stamped on one side, and this is the LV stamp on this side. And the cool thing with this is it can open flat because of the hinge, and it's pretty much the same design. You have a zippered compartment, you have card slots. The back is pretty plain, but this is pretty much the normal brown monogram canvas. But what I did notice is that, so this is with Virgil Abloh as the creative director. This was his first season. It does say, has the runway stamp, and this says it's from spring summer 2019. So it's kind of cool that Virgil is doing that because that's really something I seek. Pretty much from now on, I'm only buying runway collection pieces and not really even buying pre-fall or pre-spring pieces. So I do like that stamp, and I do intend to at least collect one item from every season that will have this. And this one I have worn out a few times. And again, just like the Monogram Galaxy, I use it more as an accessory as opposed to really stuffing this full of cards. So I just put a few things in there. Usually, I put some cash in this pocket, and I might put some card in this slot, but I don't really use these because I don't want to stretch them out. And that is my final piece for now in terms of small leather goods. And that's my video. And I have detailed videos of at least 3 of these, and I think I had like a Louis Vuitton collection that may have featured some of these as well, maybe the ones that I didn't wear. But I'll link them below in the description if I do have separate videos for these. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I'm able to answer you, because I may have forgotten some details about these, because these span maybe from 7, the oldest ones might span like 7 or 8 years ago, and the newest one I just got not too long ago in January, which was the Monogram, the Brazza wallet in the solar ray or hinge design. And that's my video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Check out my Instagram page for the latest updates and exclusive content. I definitely have quite a few pictures featuring some of these, more so the Brazza wallets. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.